Explosive new video evidence proves Caitlin Clark was targeted by WNBA referees, and a shocking new article is calling her a coach killer. We're breaking it all down. These WNBA referees are absolutely affecting game outcomes, practically deciding who wins and loses, and it's gotten out of hand. All season, I've been calling this out, and we even started a campaign, #NewWNBA to raise awareness about the biased officiating. Now, new footage is going viral on social media, showing Caitlin Clark being blatantly targeted, getting no whistle at all. And get this, in the NBA, the same type of play led to ejections for both the player and coach. On top of that, there's a circulating article labeling Caitlin as a coach killer, stirring up even more controversy around her and the recent firing of Christy Sides. With Stephanie White now stepping in as the new head coach for Indiana, it's crazy how people are suddenly backing Sides, when during the season, they were nowhere to be found. Nobody was calling her out for bad substitution calls, clock management, and lineup choices, but now everyone's all in on Sides' side. But let's get into the real story here. This footage that's shining a light on these WNBA referees. Right, here's the footage right here. Caitlin Clark gets bumped and practically thrown across the court. Now, compare this to a similar play in the NBA with the Hornets and Jason Tatum. Look, you've got Grant Williams making almost the exact same move. Let's watch that Caitlin hit again. Boom, it's the same play. And yet, the NBA called an ejection on that, but Caitlin, not even a whistle. IU Wonko on Twitter put it perfectly. Do not tell me Caitlin Clark gets a special whistle ever again. One call was an ejection, and the other was a common foul. All right, let's replay this one more time. You can see right here, it's the exact same play, exact same look. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Grant Williams was ejected for that in the NBA, but Caitlin gets nothing? This is just crazy, man. Check out what some of the comments had to say. The call on the floor for Caitlin was a flagrant one. Same exact play happened tonight, with JT was upgraded to a flagrant 2. Both are worthy of an ejection IMO. Preach. Exactly preach about it, bro. The worst was DeWanna Bonner undercutting her on a 3-point attempt in a playoff game and a clear flagrant foul, and then jawing at Caitlin after the blatant no call. Despicable. It goes beyond Caitlin Clark getting physically assaulted on the court. Anyone associated with Caitlin gets a horrible whistle. Aaliyah Boston gets called for fouls for touching anyone. This madness must end. And it starts with the WNBA referees. Now I've been telling all time and time again we got to get rid of these referees, bro. Agreed. The entire officiating system in the WNBA needs to be overhauled. I've been pushing that, bro. We got to get rid of these refs. Something has to be done. Thank you for reminding why I hate the #WNBA. The WNBA isn't serious. They have no intentions of fixing that officiating. Until then, they are a joke. That isn't bad officiating. That's purposeful. The refs in the WNBA could learn a thing or two just by watching NBA games. Oh, come on, everyone knows that the women are a lot less coordinated than the men. Come on, man, you just sound like a hater, bro. In both cases, the players should be ejected. This was bad. Referring the media afterwards was biased too. What is this right here? Noah Dyson stated, I'm scared to even wade into this discourse, but I am only one who didn't think that Chindy Carter foul was that egregious. What the hell? It was a flagrant for sure, but dirty plays happen all the time in basketball. Why have we had a national discourse? What the hell is you talking about? Sky head coach Teresa Weatherspoon say Chindy Carter ABD Sky will learn. From this, I don't know what you talking about, but you look a little spooky, Noah. I can't even lie, feel like it wasn't that bad, my God. Side should have gone to batshit crazy, but did not. So glad she gone. Alright, that's what we're getting into right now. An article just dropped from a news outlet, basically targeting Caitlin Clark, calling her a coach killer. They're saying no coach can survive in Indiana with Caitlin on the team because they'll face a whole new level of scrutiny. Let's pull up the article because this completely shocked me when I first saw it. Let's dive in. Caitlin Clark warned about becoming coach killer as she faces Christy Sides' backlash. Now this was crazy. Caitlin Clark has been warned not to become a coach killer following the removal of Christy Sides. Sides was fired following the Indiana Fever's early exit from the WNBA playoffs, with Stephanie White taking her place at the helm on a 2-year contract. The ex-Connecticut Sun head coach will be tasked with getting the best out of the WNBA Rookie of the Year in Clark, who topped the league in assists and three-pointers. White's working relationship with Clark could make or break her return to Indiana, where she has previously served as both head coach and assistant coach. With that in mind, pundit and former coach Dan Dakich has expressed his sympathy for Sides and hopes it doesn't affect Clark's burgeoning popularity. The Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame inductee said on Outkick YouTube channel, "I feel bad for Coach Sides because one of the things you have to understand, and I got this from someone who wanted the job, it's the most high-profile job in the league. It's the most high-profile job in the history of the WNBA because you've got the most high-profile player in the history of the WNBA. That's what you've got. And now people are paying attention. Look, I don't like it one bit. The absolute only thing that could make the public go against Caitlin Clark is if she becomes a coach killer. So, Outkick is basically out here labeling Caitlin Clark a coach killer. Now, that's a new one. You don't hear this about LeBron James, who's been through plenty of coaches. You don't hear this about other NBA superstars either. Even though we know great players often go through a lineup of coaches. Early in Kobe's career, he didn't have that stability until Phil Jackson came along. But after Phil left LA, they went through coaches left and right. And yeah, there's talk about LeBron having a say in coaching changes, but if the job isn't getting done, they've got to go. That applies to Caitlin's team or any other team. But for them to label her a coach killer, that's blatantly disrespectful to Caitlin's character and her as a player. It's not her fault these coaches are getting fired. They're getting let go because, like with Christy, there were real issues, bad clock management, questionable substitutions, not playing key players. The list goes on. I'm sure you guys have more to add down in the comments. But let's be clear, that doesn't make her a coach killer. So definitely hit up the comments below with your thoughts on this one.
But I noticed that the first person that you greeted from the Connecticut team was actually head coach Stephanie White.
The way that they weathered the storm, got into a groove, after the Olympic break. I mean, I think she finished 18-12, after those first 10 games, and then of course went 7-4 in the last 11, and 3 of those losses were against teams in the finals. So for a young team to make that kind of progress, I mean, it's hard to not be impressed. Everybody in this company's all in. Everybody in this city's all in. So I really feel like we're poised and we're set up for a great, successful next era of Fever basketball.
If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on all notifications. We know watching this video takes some of your time and we appreciate you.